think most people are going to catch this after the fact. I'm at swim lessons and I got about 8 minutes I can sit here. So I wanted to talk about something critical, duct tape drags and of 2025. I believe it's October 17th and 18th. Double check that. I'm going off of memory. I'm considering driving the 55 Chevy out there instead of the 64 F100 that's Crown Vic swapped with air condition and all that good jazz. My thought process is, and this is why I'm publishing this, I'm hoping I can get some feedback. I'm going to be doing the poverty tour with Dalton from Pole Barn Garage, and I know Jim, the inevitable Jim, is going. We've been talking, me and Jim, and meeting up and doing that. My destination currently is looking at almost 1,800 miles. I just posted the actual Google Map screenshot of my exact route, give or take, and it's like 1,776 miles, which is very snazzy of a number, if I say so myself. So my ideas and questions are coming up as if I leave from Georgia and go straight there, I'm looking at my work, like what pays my mortgage, vacation time, cost for fuel, hotel, my wife, and 100 coffees at Starbucks when I drink there too. But those are the things I'm adding up. So if we just drive out, we're going to leave a little bit early, a few days, give us some time to have a breakdown or something, and then head out there. So I'm thinking that maybe leave the 14th, have 3 days. It's a 25-hour drive. So 3 days should give us time to have an issue. I don't know, and get some sleep. But what are your thoughts on that? Next thing, has anybody ever drove from Georgia to Tucson, Arizona? I have not. This is my first time in my life going out west. So I'm trying to plan. I'm just going to throw tools, water, things like that. Maybe a tent in the back. God forbid we break down and got to get out of the sun. That's kind of my idea. Next thing is, if I do leave early, there's an option to drive up towards Dalton's in Missouri and do the poverty tour, which is essentially a secondary just road trip to the event. So it'd be a bunch of people. I'm guessing Dalton's talking like 100 people, give or take. And that would be a really good safety net to have people, friends, potentially family. I'm looking at inviting some family, and then put us in a situation where if there is a breakdown, we have some assistance. And then you also have a traffic influenced environment for cars that are probably going to be running 55 mile an hour. So my 55 Chevy's got a 3-speed on the tree, and kind of nervous to drive that out there because it has its own issues and quirks. But that's neither here nor there. I'm just trying to figure it out. There's been men that are more manly than me drive cars in worse shape across the country. So I know it can be done. It's just a matter of, do you want to pay cash, or how many credit cards do you want to bring for a breakdown? That's kind of how I'm looking at it. I've never taken a trip in an old car not broken down. So I don't know. I'd like to see people's thoughts on it. Somebody said hello, Riz. It's a great name. How you doing? Got 17 people watching. Maybe this will hit 500 to 700 views after a month or so of sitting online. That's kind of my idea. If anybody is watching that has a comment, that would be great to kind of see what your thought is on this trip. Is it smart to drive the 55, or would it be more beneficial to tow it in our Lincoln Navigator? I'm going to be honest. We could tow it like, I don't know, 1,500 miles, and then I could drive Arizona in the Chevy. So that's kind of the thought there. Yes, I'm in our Jeep. We have a 2-door JK. It's paid off. It's got 63,000 miles. It's a 2010. It was a one owner from a family friend that became a family member, and we bought it from them. But it's an automatic, it's full drive. It's a V6. Nothing crazy. We enjoy it. I would like to do a video on building some half doors. I'd like to buy some at a junkyard. If those exist at a junkyard, I don't know, probably not. But I'd like to take some normal doors and cut them down and do a video on that. But like the shade top, yes sir. So back to the duct tape drag situation. I'm still trying to figure that out. We drove yesterday. We took the 55 out, did some cruising in like 85-degree weather, did really well. So I think it can be done, but we're talking 1,800 miles. It's very questionable. I could bring an extra things like that and have a backup plan, but I don't know the exact details of it. Driving out west is very different, so I'm just kind of nervous on that. I wanted to throw that idea out there and see. I'm almost just as nervous as these 3 expeditions up here trying to drive. Y'all want to see that? Bear with me. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay. Okay. If anyone has any suggestions on this, please let me know. I have a trailer. That's my next idea, is if I do trailer it behind the Navigator, then do I take my own trailer or do I just do a U-Haul, pop a U-Haul out on the way if we have problems, things like that. So I don't know. We'll figure it out. It's definitely something to consider. So I'm going to end this out. Our little swim lesson's wrapping up in about a minute and a half. So comment away, please spread the word of this live. I'd like to make a video about this and figure out some thoughts. If I could have a group of people go with me, Chris, you'd be good to do that. Should we do a drive from Georgia to Arizona? I think that's possible. You know, we'd be doing like 55 miles an hour. If anyone's interested, we could really take a bunch of people, but I don't know. I don't know if I have the crowd base yet to spread that word. So y'all drop a comment or just pay attention for a future video about this. So just get your budget and then double it. At least that's how it works for me. Yeah, I think you're right on that. I was factoring when I did the Missouri trip, I'll tell you real quick, it was like 17 or 1,800 miles round trip in my F-250, which got 6 miles per gallon, and 30-something-year-old truck. But the thought on that was about $1,000 in fuel, and it took almost all of that. I think it was about 700 actually, and then I kind of lost count on some of it, so it was under 1,000. But that was total trip. So I'm imagining the 55 Chevy is going to get better than 6 miles per gallon. I would like to budget on 10 miles per gallon, and it'll probably do better, but 10's a good solid number just to kind of factor your budget. And if we're looking at a round trip of 3,600 miles, then we're going to be looking at probably, I'm just going to say $1,500 in gas minimum. And I don't know about y'all, I'm trying to do this with cash. I'm not doing credit cards. They're paid off. I don't want to get involved in that mess. So this has got to be cash. I got to work some overtime, put some money back. And then I also have hotel. So let's say 1,500, let's round that to 1,800 just in fuel and expenditures, maybe coolant, something like that. And then add in some hotels. If it's me and my wife, Megan, going, we can stop at, you know, the little day trip motels and be fine. But if my daughter goes, that brings in a whole nother conversation. I got to figure out a rear seatbelt situation that can support a car seat and things like that. There's a lot to consider there. So I don't even know if she's going to be on the trip or not. She's 5. So this could be an out west trip for me and my wife. That's kind of my idea. So anyways, I'm going to hop off. Appreciate you guys tuning in. We'll catch you on the next one. I just dropped a video today. It's not doing too well right now. It's only got like 100-something views. So go check it out. Me and Megan drove the 55. We did some filming. Met a cool business owner, has a bookstore. That's about it. So, all right. I'm going to get to it. See you guys. I got to figure out how to shut this down. So it's going to be awkward for a second.